Hey there. I'm Amy Vinca from Soar with Tapping, and I'm so glad you're here. One of the most frequent questions we get about tapping is why focus on the negative so much? And I get it. Believe me, you are coming here to feel better, and all we're doing is deliberately guiding you into the difficult and hard feelings. And it doesn't feel better, and it might even feel worse for a little while. But before I tell you the good news about that, I want to take a moment to explain something about emotions. Everyone typically experiences a range of emotions. We go through hard times and we feel emotions like anger and grief and despair. And then we go through happy times and our emotions follow with feelings like joy and gratitude and even elation. The problems arise with our cultural narrative that only praises the happy emotions. Things like strength and resilience and positivity are rewarded across the board. And the message that we receive when we are experiencing hard emotions is that there is something wrong with us, or that we're weak or irrational. We're taught to look on the bright side or just get on with it. But what do we do with those hard emotions when we experience them? And the truth is, we typically deny them. We pretend that they're not there, or we shove them down and put on a layer of positivity over everything. When we do that, we are essentially breaking off a big portion of our humanness, which leaves us feeling fragmented and broken and raw. Dr. Susan David is the best-selling author of Emotional Agility, and she says that this cultural approach actually increases anxiety and it increases depression, as well as leaving us less resilient to be able to handle emotional issues in the future. It's the exact opposite of this approach of constant positivity. It undermines our ability to deal with challenges effectively because we avoid the very tools that make it possible. We essentially lose our ability to compartmentalize our emotions from the experience, and we end up piling everything into a big ball that we call stress or anxiety. The hard part is, these uncomfortable emotions don't get released from our body if we don't express them in a healthy way. They stay in our system and they just pile up over time, eventually causing emotional and physical issues. In fact, most doctors agree that the main cause of inflammation and disease in the body is stress, which, as I just mentioned, is the accumulation of unexpressed emotions. Now let's get back to the good news I mentioned in the beginning, and that is that tapping is extremely effective in acknowledging, honoring, and most importantly, releasing those uncomfortable emotions from our bodies and our hearts, which is what allows us to heal. The path to healing those emotions is going through and actually experiencing everything that we've stuffed down. And it's true that leaning into those hard feelings can feel worse at first, especially if we spent a lot of time stuffing them away and keeping them prisoner. But the more we honor them, the easier it is to release them. And here's more good news. If you can find the courage to lean into those really difficult places, the places that are so scary, you will gain so much emotional intelligence, emotional freedom, and resilience in the process. So I hope that makes sense. And I hope that you can trust the process and lean into those dark places. Because with some dedicated tapping, we here at Soar with Tapping believe that anything is possible. So let's get to it.